What's going on, guys? Diggs here. Put in my headphones so I can be plugged in. Alright, so today I'm going to pass on some information to you guys. I'm going to show you the steps that you need to take to unlock your pineal gland. What is the pineal gland? It is a little pea-sized, they call it the third eye, but it's right here. It's a gland that lives right here. And it's dormant, which means that it's sleeping. It's not awake, it's not unlocked. And the only way to unlock it, they say, is to decalcify it. You gotta become enlightened, all these different ways. But I'm going to show you today the true way to unlock your pineal gland. Now, this chart here, you've probably never seen that chart before, but this chart is your constellation, your zodiac constellation. So let me tell you what happened briefly. When you're in your mom's stomach for those 9 months, you get cell salts. You get certain salts inside of your body due to the sun's influence on you during that specific time. Now, what happens is we don't complete the full cycle. We go around 9 times. And 3 of these months we don't get. And those 3 months that you don't get is actually what each of you are deficient in. Now, I'll tell you guys right now, I don't care if you think this is ludicrous. I don't care if you think it's crazy. I'm simply going to pass on the information so that you can go and do the research for yourself and obtain the knowledge for yourself. Because I believe that only when the question in the person is a burning desire will the answer be unlocked to them. Meaning, a person can read the Bible, okay? And he can read the Bible and he can be led to the path that he needs to follow by the same exact information that using the same exact information, somebody else can read that information and be led astray. So what I'm saying is, you got two different people who can look at the same information, but one person can be led to the right way and the other person can be led to the wrong way by the same exact information. Now, why is that? That's because the Creator unlocks the ability to perceive the correct way only to a person that has a burning desire. It's as simple as that. So this book here, this book here is called God Man. Now, this book basically explains the Bible in a very, very, very interesting way. The word that they use is, let me see if I can find it here quickly. It starts with a P. Let's see. Something like this. Here we go. Physiological, relating to the branch of biology that deals with the normal functions of living organisms and their parts. So, this book explains the Bible in a physiological way, okay? Now, that's very important. That's very important. So, it is my belief that the Bible is written in code, and if you do not know the syntax of the code, like an actual code, if you don't know the syntax, you can't write the language. So, if you don't know the language, the coding language of the Bible, you will read it. You won't understand its true meaning. You know what I mean? You'll take it literal. And you'll still kind of be lost. So, I'm going to provide you guys. Actually, I can go to YouTube right now. I'm going to provide you guys a link. I'm going to provide you guys a link down in the description to check out this exact video. This one here. It's titled Secrets of Secrets, The Elixir of Life, Hidden in the Bible, Part 1 by Santos, I don't know, Bonchiki or some shit. I'm gonna link this down below. I want you guys to watch this. Now, this video is long. It's like an hour long. I'm about to show you once I skip these little ads here. Yeah, it's an hour and 30 minutes long. Now, see me, I study, I read, I do all of this stuff. So, to me, that time is an investment in my life. You know what I mean? You can play games, you can watch YouTube all day, you can watch a movie, you can, fuck it off watching TV shows, but you can't take an hour and 30 minutes to learn the truth about who you are and what it is that you need to do, right? So, after you watch this video, if you're led to do so, purchase this book here, and I'll link it in the description below as well. Purchase this book. Now, this isn't an affiliate link or anything like that. I'm simply sharing information that I believe to be is truth because it resonates with me and my spirit. And if it does the same for you, that's great. Now, if it doesn't for you, that's fine. Believe what you want to believe. I don't care. Do you? So, I'll provide that information below. Let me see some here. Let me see if I'm trying to find. Look at this. It goes into all this stuff. Let me see here. I mean, this is just some interesting stuff, man. Let me see. Like my guide's on the way. Let's move myself out. Trying to see if I can find a very interesting little chapter. The Antichrist, that one was a good one. That shed some light on some really deep things as to why things are the way they are now, as far as religion is concerned in Christianity. The Great Pyramid, the Eternity of Perfection. This is just some good stuff that you're just not gonna find unless you have that yearning to find it. Let me see. I'm trying to find something. Yeah, I'll read this because this part here isn't too wild. You know what I mean? It won't offend anybody in any way. But I'll read this for you guys. The Eternity of Perfection. And I'm actually going to read it from my book so it'll be easier than looking on the screen. And you guys can follow along on the screen. Alright. A child brought to its mother a piece of ice and asked, "What is this?" The mother answered, "It is ice." Again the child asked, "What is there in ice?" The mother answered, "There is water in the ice." The child desired to find the water in the ice, and it procured a hammer, pounded the piece of ice into little bits, and the warm air soon changed all the ice to water. The child was grievously disappointed, for the ice that the child supposed contained water had disappeared. The child said, "Where is the ice that contained this water?" And so it came to pass that the mother was compelled by the child's persistent questions to say, "Ice is all water." "There is no such thing as ice. That which we call ice is crystallized or frozen water." The child understood. A student brought to his teacher some water and asked, "What is water? What does it contain?" The teacher answered, "Water contains oxygen and hydrogen," and then explained how the two gases might be separated and set free by heat. The student boiled the water until all the molecules of oxygen and hydrogen had been set free, but he was surprised to find that all the water had disappeared. Then the student asked the teacher, "Where is the water that held the gases that had escaped?" Then was the teacher compelled by the student's persistent questions to answer, "Water itself is the product of oxygen and hydrogen. Water does not contain anything other than these gases. In reality, there is no such substances or fluid as water. That which we name water is a rate of motion set in operation by the union of two parts of hydrogen." Let me make you guys that which we call water is a rate of motion set in operation by the union of two parts of hydrogen with one part of oxygen, and of course the phenomenon disappears when the union of the gases is broken. The student understood. A devout scientist presented himself before God and said, Lord, what are these gases men call oxygen and hydrogen? The good Lord answered, and he said, they are molecules in the blood and body of the universe. Then spake the scientist, Lord, wilt thou tell me of the kind of molecules that compose thy blood and body? The Lord replied, these same molecules, gases, or principles compose my blood and body, for I and the universe are one and the same. Once again, the scientist said, my Lord, may I ask, then, what is spirit and what is matter? And thus the Lord answered, as ice and water are one, and the gases and water are one, so is spirit and matter one. The different phases and manifestations cognized by man in the molecules of my body, that is, the universe, are caused by the word. Thus they are my thoughts, clothed with form. Now the scientist felt bold, being redeemed from fear, and asked, is my blood then identical with thy blood in composition with divine essence? And the Lord says, yeah, thou art one with the Father. The scientist now understood and said, now my eyes are open, and I perceive that when I eat, I partake of thy body. When I drink of thy blood. And when I breathe of thy spirit. So-called matter is pure intelligence and nothing else, because there is not anything else. Pure intelligence cannot progress or become bitter. There is nothing but intelligence. Omnipresent, omnipotence, omniscience must mean intelligence. Therefore, these terms are all concluded in the word. Let us adopt a short word that would express all that is written above words. Oh, wait, did I read that right? Let us adopt a short word that will express all that the above written words are intended to express, namely the word it. Now check this out. I stands for all, the eternal I. T stands for operation, manifestation, vibration, action, or motion. Then I in motion is T, or crossification. Viz. T cross, we say it rains, it is cold. Now see, this T crossification, you guys will learn what that means if you read this book. It's very interesting what the word crucifixion truly means. It doesn't mean what you think it means. It means actually the complete opposite. But I'll let you see that for yourself. So, I'm here now. It says, I'm reading right here. I'm going to start here. The I in motion is T, our crossification. The T cross, we say it rains, it is cold, it is all right. What do we mean by it? Who knows? Some say the weather, others natural phenomenon. Very well, then what do we mean by the weather or natural phenomenon? Why not just it, of course? It does not progress. It does not need to. It forever manifests, operates, differentiates, and presents different aspects or viewpoints of itself. But these different phases are neither good, better, nor best, neither bad nor worse, simply different shades and colorings of the one and only intelligence. Every so-called thing, whether it be animal, vegetable, or mineral, molecule, or atom, ion, or electron, is the result of the one intelligence expressing itself in different rates of motion. Then what is spirit? Spirit means breath or life. Spirit, that which is breathed or breathed into man, must be intelligence, or man would not be intelligent. Non-intelligent substance, which is, of course, unthinkable, would not breathe into anything nor make it intelligent if it did. Therefore, we see that spirit, intelligence, and matter are one and the same, S in different rates of motion. I guess that's S-A. S-E. So-called molecules, atoms, electrons know what to do. They know where and how to cohere, unite, and operate to form a leaf or a flower. They know how to separate and disintegrate that same leaf or flower. These particles of omnipresent life builds planets, suns, and systems. They hurl the comet on its way across measureless deserts of stardust and emboss its burning path. From the materialistic and individual concept of life and its operations, it is pitiable and pathetic to view the wrecks along the shores of science. It is only when we view these apparently sad failures from the firm foothold of the unity of being and the operation of wisdom that we clearly see is in these frictions and warring elements and temporary defeats and victories, the chemical operation of eternal spirit operating within its own substance, its very self. Let me get y'all boys over here. Its very self. It is only through the fires of transmutation that we are enabled to see that all life is one eternal life and therefore cannot be taken, injured, or destroyed. Let me see how long this chapter is. Good Lord. All right, I'm going to let y'all read that. The rest of that for yourself. I ain't know it's that long. But if that piqued you just a little, the rest of this stuff is pure gold. And that part's pretty deep, but it gets way deeper, man. And if you have the mind to be able to understand this information, if you haven't been programmed or conditioned to the point of no return, I promise you, this will show you what it is that you need to do. Now, briefly, I will explain basically what it is you need to do to unlock your pineal gland. You need to take the necessary cell salts for you. All right. Let me bring up the chart here. I'm going to briefly pause my thing. I'm going to bring up the chart. All right, I'm back. Now, this chart here. Now, I'm going to show y'all. So, I'm born in June, right? So, I'm right here. So, my cell salt is chloride of potassium. All right. So, what you do is you count clockwise around the chart. I'm going to show you. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, the 3 left are right here. 1, 2, and 3. Now, this one here, it says Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. So that's what I'm deficient in. I'm deficient in those. And in the Cancer one, it's calcium fluoride. So I need to take calcium fluoride. I also need to take phosphate of magnesium phosphate. So I need to take my magnesium phosphate, and I also need to take sulfate of potassium, right? Those are the things that I need to take. Now, I'm going to show you this place called Highland Cell Salts or whatever. I'm going to show you where you can get it. I'm going to show you what I mean. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to products. Here we go, cell salts. Now, you can get this one right here, and this combines all of the cell salts. Now, I kid you not, I was taking this stuff. I need to order some more. I was taking this stuff, and I was just feeling good. I don't know how to explain it. I was just feeling good. Health is good. Everything was just working in perfect order. Now, I'm going to show you what this thing has in it. Look at that. Calcium fluoride, calcium phosphate, calcium sulfate. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is either, but you see it's 12 silica, magnesium phosphate, calcium. So it has everything in it, in this one. Now, you can also get the Pacific ones. So for me, oops, I have to edit that if that didn't have anything distasteful. So anyways, in here, so it says I need calcium fluoride, okay? Edit this shit. So calcium fluoride, boom, right here. It could go on right here, and it has that for all of them. So I can buy it individually, or I can take the 12 combinations. So if you want to be lazy, or you just want to test it out, go ahead and get the 12 combinations. It'll get you all 12 But if you want to take it specifically and get the maximum effect, then you should buy your specific one, right? Now, like I said, the video that I'm going to link in the description is going to explain all of that. I'm just kind of going through the little rundown quickly, the shorter version, to get you guys started if you're so inclined and so interested. But the point of it all, what's the point, right? This what we all want to get to. What's the point? Now, the point is there is a correct way of thinking. There is a correct way of feeling and being. It's like in perfect order. All right. Now, everything that the Creator made runs in perfect order. It is us that makes it get out of whack by our influences on the creation, which is already in perfect order, right? We were put as a vigilant on this earth to run it and to keep it smooth. But, we see what we're doing, and we got so many issues. We got diseases, we got poverty, people suffering, we got wars, we're not understanding each other, we have racism, all this stuff. And that's because we're living in sin. The whole world is living in sin. Now, when you read the book, you'll understand what sin really means. It technically means what it says in the Bible, but really sin means to fall short. It is a deficiency in something. That's really what sin means. And we're all deficient because we're not running at our most optimal level. Because if we are, we wouldn't have all of these different issues going on. People aren't thinking correctly. That's why we have so many misunderstandings and everything else. It's completely out of whack. So the whole point is to get yourself in perfect alignment so that you can vibrate at the highest vibration and be at ease, be at peace and love within yourself. And in doing so, you'll be at peace and in harmony with everyone in your environment, and your environment included. And it'll be blissful. Now, when you get the oil up, because there's a oil running through your spinal fluid, when that oil rises up and furnishes your pineal gland, you will see, excuse me, y'all, you'll see through the lens of spirituality. You'll see things much clearer now. You won't look at like the bug on your wall and want to kill it. You may take a napkin and grab it and go set it free outside, because that little insect or whatever has a purpose, and that purpose ultimately helps your life, because everything works in perfect order. So I wanted to just chime in really quickly on this point. I rewatched the video, and so there's a word for this called anthropogenic. And basically it means that it's the human influences on the environment, on nature. And this really isn't good. When we become anthropogenic, we really become desensitized to the environment and the things in it. And that's actually out of whack. Because if you think about it, what if you were a bug or an insect and someone just killed you and stomped you? I mean, it's kind of rootless, you know what I mean? So when you have this awareness, you become a little bit more sensitive, and that was the point I was trying to get across here. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Like I said, I'm gonna give y'all all the information to go and do the research for yourself. And it is my hopes that it will be beneficial to you, that this stuff will make sense, and that you're able to see through a clear lens. Because at the end of the day, it's all about peace and harmony, and living well and living long, and doing what we came here to do. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you have any questions, just comment down below. And I also have a Discord for anybody that want to join in. And in my Discord, I post a whole bunch of interesting things that I find enlightening and insightful, and just overall to better your life and better your understanding. So if you want to join that, just let me know, and I hope you guys have a good day.